Previously on LifeHike.
We made it! Yay! We finally made it to the campground after a long hike. Our feet are sore, but we did it. So we have camp set up, and we're gonna go look for some extra wood that people might have left to make a fire tonight.
Maybe we'll be able to have a little bit of a campfire.
We're gonna make dinner tonight, and so we're gonna make these tuna tacos. We have rice, we have tortillas, and we have the microwavable things. So here we go.
Rice goes in, want to kill the heat.
Our rice is done, and so we're gonna add our spicy rice and beans and tuna.
All right, go ahead and open it up, toss it in there. Take it here and mix it in with our hot rice, hoping that hot rice will be enough to heat it all up for us. And we've got our taco filling. There's beans, black beans, and tuna. Some green chilies, I can see corn. And we're gonna go ahead and fill our taco shells, and we're gonna eat. All right, Katie going in for her first bite.
Oh.
Decent?
Mm-hmm.
Warm?
Mm-hmm.
All right, excellent.
A little spicy.
A little spicy? The official verdict on the tuna tacos while backpacking.
It needs sour cream.
It needs something. It's good, and it's definitely got a kick. They're not kidding when they say spicy on the package, but the tacos could use something else, of course. Sour cream would be killer. Something just to cut that heat a little bit would be fantastic. Change it up a little bit.
Maybe some melted cheese
or some
sour cream.
Avocado would be delicious, but we didn't bring one of those or any cheese. So this is what we've got to deal with, and we're gonna power through it and get our calories for tonight. And
actually not that bad. I was expecting it to be worse.
Well, that's
for
good.
A packet food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good.
Not terrible. So we'll catch you back up in a minute here. We're gonna finish our dinner, and then it's dessert.
So we're gonna make our brownies now for dessert, and a quarter cup of water is going to go into the bag. And
this bag has chocolate chips and some non-fat dry powdered milk. So we're gonna put about a quarter cup of water in there. All right, we're gonna close that up, and then we're gonna put some water in the pot, right?
Yep. So next we're just gonna dunk the bag of milk and chocolate into the pot.
So next we're gonna add our graham cracker mixture. This is crushed up graham crackers with some pulsed pecans in a food processor, along with some powdered sugar. So we're gonna take this mixture, and very powdery, we're gonna drop it into, our melty chocolate. Get a shot of that, Cadence. It is all melted chocolate in there. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna dump it in here. All right, now we're gonna close this bag up, and we're gonna mix it all together. Cadence, are you ready for this?
So the texture, be cautious of the texture.
Okay. It looks good. It's starting to solidify. It's hanging on the spoon a little bit. So, here we go. All right, it looks good. Oh, that's good. That is super chocolatey. You definitely taste all the tiny little bits of the pecans,
Yeah, I didn't like
which
that.
I like because I love nuts.
I don't.
Wanted to get some more protein and like that, you know, nuts protein. I think so. I wanted to get more good food in these things. I know it's a dessert, but getting the good fats out of those nuts is important. And I think it tastes pretty good. I'm going for another bite. So I think we figured it out. Cadence said it's kind of like chunky peanut butter, which we don't buy very often. But that's really what it's like, only the chunks are really, really tiny. So it's definitely not extreme chunky. That's like the opposite of that. In a way, it's a little grainy, but I really like it. I dig it. I think you should try it at home. I'll make sure we link the recipe in the description below, and you can make brownies in a bag at home and tell us what you think. Someone's still eating it, even though they don't like it.
Only because I like the flavor. So we built a fire, and it's very flamey.
Where'd we get all the wood?
Well, Dad climbed into the bushes. Thankfully, there was just one like right there. And we gathered twigs from around the campsite and other like on the road out there.
That's about it. We just foraged for some twigs and sticks and found one little hunk of a log that was laying just on the side of the campsite. So we're gonna burn this up and just enjoy a little fire for a little bit here.
So we're chilling by the fire.
Yeah, a little fire going, and we're just chatting, kind of wrapping up day number 1.
So the first question I want to ask you is, what was your favorite part of like the trail? I think you asked me that in the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
But what was your favorite part?
I really liked specifically just the fact that we're doing this. I think that we've been talking about it for kind of a year. I've been thinking about it for a year since we kind of made the goal last summer. And I feel like it was just really nice to get out and finally do it. The hike wasn't terribly long. We ended up doing 6 miles.
My feet hurt.
Yeah, my right calf muscle started giving me a little bit of grief with the last like half mile, cramping up a little bit. So I've been stretching it this evening, hoping it's gonna be good to go in the morning. Cadence's arch of her foot was hurting a little bit. Again, we've never done this before. And, you know, I think it was what I expected. Is it what you expected so far?
A little bit more harsh.
A little bit more harsh?
Yeah, like the climbing and stuff.
Yeah, the kettles, oh my goodness. So the kettle moraine is named for the fact that, you know, we've got all of these elevation changes. And boy, those were kind of tricky. We did a few of those. Those switchbacks going up the sides of the kettles. That was kind of challenging.
You should show them like on the video. You should show them the graph of the...
Oh yeah, check it out right here. We'll link to the graph. You can see the elevation change that we did. Some pretty gnarly elevation change right in the kind of middle to 2/3. That was a challenge, definitely. It was the first time we've ever hiked with packs. How did your pack feel throughout the day?
It felt good, except for then my back got really sweaty and it kind of got harder like as we kept moving, and like toward the end I was ready to just be done. So
yeah, the last mile was a little much.
Tricky.
Yeah. Luckily the terrain leveled out a little bit, and so we didn't have to worry too much about it being too steep. And so it was just really nice that last mile. And then obviously we hit the campground. Well, the Ice Age Trail in this campground comes through the group camp area. So we actually had to hike down through the campground to find the loop where the normal campsites are. All right, we're gonna enjoy the rest of our fire here and continue chatting and sharing little memories we made today during the day. You know what I thought about just now as we were sitting here? One of my favorite parts in the day was coming across that box on the trail where we found the journal. So I didn't know what it was. I knocked on it on this little box a couple of times to make sure there weren't any creepy crawlies that were gonna come out and get me. And we opened it up and inside was a journal, a little notepad and pens. And Cadence and I both wrote a little bit of a message that obviously you saw earlier in the video. And just reflecting back on the day, that was one of my favorite moments. It's just a really cool surprise.
I wish we could have stopped longer and like seen other messages.
And sat there and read.
Yeah.
We probably should have like taken some video or pictures of the books so we
Yeah.
could have read them later. Just a kind of a neat idea. Love that. Hopefully we'll come across more of those on our hike. The entry right before ours was a gentleman who we passed on the trail maybe a half an hour earlier. He was headed in the other direction, and he was hitting mile 500, so just about halfway, which is pretty exciting. It was kind of humbling for us to write, here we are on mile like number 4 of our first overnight hike, and thinking about how far we have yet to go. But we're started, and that's important, right? That's the big thing. So we're gonna get some rest and some sleep tonight after this fire dies down, and we'll catch you in the morning.